Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to be going over FNCS Major 1 Grand Finals and talk about the big surprises and takeaways from Grand Finals, as well as go over the large amount of players who are looking for duo heading into NA Central. So let's get right into it. FNCS Grand Finals was a very unexpected one, which saw teams placing inside the top 10 that few people, if any, would have expected them to place that high. It also had some teams that many would have thought easily be top 10 or even better, placed nowhere near expected. It was an overall good watch this weekend and came down to the final couple of games, and the team that came out on top as FNCS champions is Acorn and Cold, who take home $60,000 each. Cold had an insane solo clutch in game 11 that got him 66 points just as a solo that game. As a duo, they got a massive 15 elim win in game 4 on day 1, and that's what really set them up to win it all. There's not much more you could ask for, as Acorn and Cold were first place after day 1 and finished day 2 FNCS champions. Coming in second place was Agers and Kanata, who got $35,000 each. This is both of their best FNCS placements, and if it wasn't for a 3-game stretch on day 2, I believe they would be FNCS champions. They finished strong though, with a third place with 9 elims and a second place with 5 elims, but it wasn't enough to take first, but it did secure them second place. Coming in third place was Rise and Yamzo, who were contested for half of day 1, then were uncon the rest of the tourney. They were even in first place during day 2 before that insane cold clutch. It's nice to see them this high after doing so well the entire season. Would have liked to see them uncon the whole time, but placing third after basically only playing half of day 1 is still pretty good. Fourth place was a huge surprise, as Jackson J and D-Roller with an insane performance to come top 4. D-Roller has been a very underrated player for forever, and to see him place top 5, I couldn't be happier for him. He is the highest placing controller player with this placement, and it's well deserved. Jackson J has also been a very underrated player for a while now, even last chapter with Chubbs, who also performed well in this Grands. Rounding out the top 5, we have Revised and Reciprocal, who are actually double controller, which makes this placement even more insane. Two players that aren't very known, but learned how to play high ground at a very high level, and it really showed with how well they played. Coming in 5th place makes them the highest placing double controller duo of all time on NAE, and the only double controller duo to ever place top 10 in a Grand Finals. So major shout out to them for making history. Taking a look at the rest of the top 10, we have Brycex and Chubbs in 6th place, Aviv and Skittles in 7th place, Trashy and Pump in 8th place, Death and Tahi in 9th place, and Dejin and Muzz in 10th place. Shout out to all these duos for performing really well this season and finishing with a really good placement in Major 1. There were also a couple surprises as some teams, many people, even myself, thought these teams would perform a lot better than they did. In 15th and 16th was Macwood and Threats and Booga and Peterbot. Many had both of these teams in their top 5 predictions, and many had Booga and Peterbot winning it all. A couple other teams that did not perform too well is Kwani and Scare, who got 21st, and Casker and Clarity G in 30th. Casker and Clarity G were surprise contested halfway through day 1 and then contested again in day 2 by Smite and Cam. They also had Mero and Edgy insta rotating into their POI because Mero and Edgy were landing the north part of their split because they were also contested by Moo and Braids. It was an overall wild FNCS due to many contested teams and leaderboard surprises, but after the tourney is where it all went down. Many players have now gone looking for duo like Clicks, Mero, Kwani, Peterbot, and even Stretch tweeted that he was looking for a duo. We could be seeing the return of Stretch, but it's unsure if he's doing his normal troll that he's coming back or if he's actually serious about coming back. Other players to tweet looking for duo are Commandment, Dukes, Cam, and many more. I'm going to be making a looking for duo list for season 2, so if you're interested in seeing just who all is looking for duo for Central, make sure to follow my new NA Twitter, _. This will be a Twitter to post all the small tweets I do while keeping the overall FM Comp Report brand on the other Twitter, so make sure to drop a follow there. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.